concept of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I have been many places and have witnessed many events in our American history. I was there when they fired the shot heard around the world, and when General George Washington became Commander-in-Chief. I was there in the late twilight at Fort McHenry, and inspired Francis Scott Key to write the immortal Star-Spangled Banner, now our national anthem. I saw Molly Pitcher take the cannon swab from the hands of her dead husband and help carry on the fight for freedom. I felt the biting cold of Valley Forge and gave comfort to the tired and hungry Continental Army. I rode with Ethan Allen and the Green Mountain Boys, and I saw the signal that started the midnight ride of Paul Revere. I have flown above the decks of old Ironsides and from the mast of the Yankee and China Clipper. I blazed the trail west with Daniel Boone and David Crockett. I was with Crockett, Travis, and the other defenders when they fell at the Alamo. I was carried to the halls of Montezuma and to the shores of Tripoli. I fell to the ground at the Little Big Horn and Custer's last stand. There were no friendly hands left to pick me up. I galloped up the slopes of the San Juan Hill with Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders. I stayed until it was over there, through the Battle of the Marne, Chateau Thierry, and the Argonne Forest. I was proudly waving above the decks of the Arizona that fateful December morning. I saw the tears and felt the despair of the brave defenders of Bataan and the Corregidor as I was hurled to the ground. I landed in North Africa and marched victorious up the Italian route. I remember D-Day well. I landed that foggy June morning at Normandy and saw war's terrible toll at Omaha and Utah beaches. I floated down amid the parachutes at Limit Jim and St. Lo. I rode ashore with the Marines at Guadalcanal and was raised by brave men who went down with their ships in honor and glory. I have waved over our troops from Pusan to the frozen banks of the Yalu River, fighting for the cause of liberty and dying for freedom at Hue and Quezon, Vietnam. I have seen the sunrise and never set at the north and south poles. I have looked down at the planet Earth from the moon. And here on Earth, I was with the brave men of the 82nd Airborne at Grenada and Panama. I have felt the sting of the hot desert sands with the men and women of Desert Shield. I have ridden victorious and felt the hot Kuwaiti sun in Desert Storm. Now I fly again over foreign skies in Afghanistan and Iraq. How I wish I were home again, but there are those who seek freedom from oppression, and I cannot forsake them. These events have not, however brief, are not without cost. I recently have experienced again the grief and felt the warm tears with the men, women, and families of Desert Storm, Afghanistan, and Iraq began to bury their dead and heal their wounded. Throughout our brief history as a nation, when danger has threatened, millions of Americans have left their families and home to defend me and the nation for which I stand. Some never to return, yet they are here and embraced forever within my folds. For their purity is remembered in my stripes of white. Their blood has given me stripes of red. Their souls are cradled in my stars, and courage embedded in my blue. I am many things to many people. I am an inseparable link in the chain that binds men to God and country. I am called the red, white, and blue, the Star-Spangled Banner, but I am most commonly known by the nickname given me by an old sea captain who called me oh glory. At this moment, while I fly in turbulent times, men and women from nations around the world are still striving to reach my shores, touch and stand beside me, a symbol of liberty, a standard of justice, a light of humanity, an emblem of man's faith, a beacon shining in the darkness. And I will always be, for I am the stars and stripes forever. I am, oh glory. Now, would you please stand and face the flag?
Testing. Members of Boys State and friends, I give you the flag that flew over Valley Forge. It was torn in two by the gray and the blue, and it bled through 2 world wars. I give you the flag that was burned in the streets in anger and protest and shame, the very same flag that covered the men who died defending her name. We now stand together, Americans all, either by choice or by birth, and honor this flag that's flown on the moon and changed the face of the earth. History will show this flag stood a friend to the hungry, the homeless, and lost, because a few brave men, as common as clay, held one thing above all cost, and they signed it in blood from Bunker Hill to Saigon and Tokyo. I give you the flag that says to the world, everyone has a right to be free. I offer a toast to the flag of the United States of America, the greatest